they're affecting how we are interacting with others, who we bring into our circle, who are our friends, who we are hiring, promoting, advancing. And as a result, a lot of individuals are missing out on opportunities because of the biases that we all have.
Yeah, and a lot of that bias comes from the misinformation we receive in different aspects of life. We see a lot of that on social media. A lot of people have learned it from their families. Kind of talk about how you can avoid that in a world where there is so much misinformation out there.
Yeah, so the first thing that we need to do is to question everything we were told early on, and to be mindful by the information that we are getting, especially when it comes to political figures or religious figures, individuals we look up to watch and hear what they tell us about other groups, and how is that shaping our view related to these individuals. And of course, to be curious, to question ourselves, to question why do we feel a certain way related to other people, and who do we bring into our circle, who are we afraid of.
Yeah.
And then yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and some of these things are difficult for people to accept, and hard to have conversations with others who may either push back that these stereotypes don't exist or say, look, I don't feel that way.
Yeah, and a lot of people get very defensive about it, and they automatically say, I don't have bias, or I'm not racist. We need to realize that we all have biases. We're all somehow racist to a certain point. It's not like you're racist or you're not. It's a spectrum. And even like when we talk about biases, I'll share with you one of my favorite to talk about. It's called affinity bias. And affinity bias is the one that we tend to bring people into our life that act like us, that look like us, that have similar beliefs, similar political views. Unconsciously, we tend to like these people, and we tend to trust them. So as a result, we end up hiring them. We end up wanting to work with them. We want to be their friend. And while it's good for them, but imagine all of the other people that are missing out. I know as this segment started, you were talking about the anti-Asian hate. And a lot of people, they may think, oh, I don't have anything related to that. But when we think about the statistics that are coming up right now related to the incident that happened recently. So while the crime in the US went down 7% in the last year with the pandemic, the anti-Asian hate went up 150%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it is targeting more women. So 2 times, like, women are facing these discrimination or hate 2 times more than men. And and a lot of it is verbal. So 68% of that is verbal, name calling. And a lot of it is happening in the business. So in businesses, 35% of the anti-Asian hate is happening at work. So imagine people coming to work and feeling discriminated against and feeling afraid, and all of this. And that's why we need to be able to increase awareness.
Sure, all unacceptable. Unconscious bias is one thing. Some of those acts are downright violent. Dima Ghawi, thank you so much for joining us for this conversation.
My pleasure.
All right.